To my mind, that's part of how democracy works here in the Philippines, ano? It's a carrot and stick. Pag hindi kayang suhulan na kakasuhan, ganun yung nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas. Sad to say, that's the reality here in our Philippine politics.
Papaano, attorney, kung ang iba po sa mga senador o ilan po sa mga senador ay sasapitin po ang nangyari katulad ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada na ngayon nakakulong?
The Constitution is very clear, ano? Pagdating sa botohan, you have to look at the Senate because this is what you call an impeachment court. Just like any court, they will have to decide on the basis of the evidence. But unlike any court or collegial court for that matter, this is composed of 24 senators. Nakalagay talaga yan sa saligang batas. So ibig sabihin, yung 24 and the count on how many would determine either acquittal or conviction, nakalagay na rin yan sa saligang batas. Let us not get into any interpretation other than what is clearly stated in the Constitution. Buti sana kung yung Constitution ay hindi klaro na kailangan pa yung pupunta tayo sa Korte Suprema for the Supreme Court to interpret what the Constitution really means, no? Pero doon sa nakalagay sa Constitution, klarong-klaro na two-thirds vote of the Senate. Ibig sabihin, 16 to convict, or for that matter, 9 to acquit. No? And
Opo.
for that matter, I like to make this very clear, kahit na walang boto na no, they still need 16 votes to convict.
Mm-mm. Opo. Kasi nga, usapan na ay baba na lang daw yung baga threshold ng magiging boto para i-convict si VP Sara, considering na wala po yung dalawa, si Senator Bato de la Rosa ay hindi pa alam nila kung saan, at itong si Senator Jinggoy Estrada, at meron pang iba pang mga senador naharap na sa kaso at reklamo, attorney. Kung gaano ho ba kadali o katagal ang kung gustuhin man nilang amyendahan o baguhin ang konstitusyon, at particular na po dito sa impeachment trial po ng VP Sara Duterte?
Ay, patungkol dun sa pangalawang tanong mo, mahirap. Especially at this point in time. Amending the Constitution just to suit their interpretation to lower the threshold of acquittal or conviction of an impeachable officer facing impeachment before the Senate, eh mahirap na sa ngayon. Kasi dadaan ka sa mahabang proseso to amend the Constitution. If you look at the provision of the Constitution, walang ifs and buts. Ibig sabihin, 16 votes to convict. No ifs, no buts. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung kukunin mo na boto. So, ibig sabihin din, as I've said earlier, kahit na walang boboto na no, kailangan mo rin ng 16 votes to convict. Yun lang ang klaro doon insofar as the constitutional provision is concerned.
Opo. At sabi mo nga, hindi madali. At ngayon ay ang bagong majority nasa 13. Para makakuha sila ng dagdag para umabot sila sa 16, naniniwala ho ba kayo na itong ginagawa pong panggigipit, pag-file ng kaso laban po doon sa mga senador na nasa minorya na ngayon, ay kabilang po o bahagi po ng strategy o paraan para mahikayat po sila na lumipat sa bagong majority?
No doubt, no doubt. These are part of the pressure that is being put on the Senate, no? From all sectors, including Malacanang, but not excluding all other sectors who also have their own interests to keep VP Sara from the race to the presidency for 2028.
Opo, at bago ko lang ipasa kay Partner Admar, yan po yung naging dahilan na kung nakikita po ninyo bakit lumipat po itong si Senator Joel Villanueva, si Senator Chis Escudero, na yung mga nakaraan ay alam natin na sila mismo yung nanguna at nagbulgar din po doon tungkol sa flood control at itong ang maging si Senator Chis Escudero na mention niya doon sa kanyang talumpati noon na si Martin Romualdez daw yung nasa likod nitong maanumalyang korupsyon, itong flood control scandal.
Tama po kayo. In fact, it surprised me and it surprised many to a lot of people kung bakit sila bumaliktad. But they have probably have their own reasons as well, no? At ang nakikita natin na rason na hindi nila sinasabi eksakto, pero yung rason is that yun nga, there have been a lot of pressures on them and not just on the two of them who changed their mind, but also for the rest of those in the minority para bumaliktad na. At I'd like to commend those who have remained steadfast and principled in their position to stay where they are. I'm referring to the Cayetano Bloc. Lahat sila doon. Kasama na sila Senator Bongo, Senator Robin Padilla, lalong-lalo na si Senator Dante Marcoleta na talagang pinipressure sa ngayon, no? Sa kasalukuyan with cases to be filed against him, but naninindigan. So lahat na po sila, si Senator Pia Cayetano at saka si Peter Alan Cayetano. So lahat po sila diyan naninindi na na maisaayos natin yung I'm sorry. Am I?
Go ahead po, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a warning here sa Zoom that it's not responding. But anyway, can you still hear me?
Yes po, sige po.
Opo. So yun po na I'd like to commend them on the principled stand na hindi sila susuko at hindi susuko sa pressure that is constantly being exerted on them.
Attorney, Mayong buntag si Admar po ito. Meron po bang posibleng kaso na kaharapin or paglabag na ginawa sakali man pong mapatunayan? Kasi meron na pong una, nagbanggit nito si Senador Amy Marcos, yung pinipressure, tinatakot, posibleng kasuhan, kung hindi babaliktad. Si Senador Marcoleta, nagsabi rin nito. Si Senador Jinggoy Estrada mismo, no, nagpahayag pero sabi pa niya, abangan ng susunod na kabanata, no, sa detalye doon sa pagpe-pressure sa kanya. Lagi din itong sinasabi ni Senador Alan Peter Cayetano. Meron ba posibleng paglabag kung sakaling mapatunayan po na merong ganitong nangyayari, though kanila pong itinatanggi sa kabilang panig po, attorney, na may pagpe-pressure, pananakot, attorney?
To my mind, that's part of how democracy works here in the Philippines, ano? It's a carrot and stick. Pag hindi kayang suhulan na kakasuhan, ganun yung nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas. Sad to say, that's the reality here in our Philippine politics.